who show up and engage. So don't just think about change, be part of the conversation that creates it. The Left Coast Forum is brought to you by the LA Progressive, the Empowerment Congress, Community Coalition, Partnership for Growth LA, Southwest Voter Registration Education Project, LA Care Health Plan, United Teachers Los Angeles, Black Progressive Action Coalition, St. John's Community Health, the National Lawyers Guild, the Weingart Foundation, and more. Space is limited, so if I were you, I'd register right now at kbla1580.com. Your voice matters, your presence matters. We'll see you there.
I'm gonna try to keep it coming. Things ain't always smooth, but I'll be alright as long as I can find the good. Yes, I will. Yeah. Somehow I know that I can make it. You seem like my style. Don't you worry, I'm gonna be around a while. Yes, I will. I'm just happy to see you talk to me back and start again. I'm just happy to see you talk to me back and start again. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Once again, yes, indeed. I'm filling in for the big man, trying to hear myself in the headphones. My name is Chuck D, and the filling in for the big man on the Tavis Smiley show across the world, really. You want to say the web, the wild, wild web, social media, and everything else. Here I am, right, filling in, and got some guests today. I was in Lost Angeles traffic, which is the craziest in the world. I ain't gonna tell you where I had to drive from, but I know where I had to go to, and that's right here on the Tavis Smiley show right now. Got some guests up, like I said, in the show, and yeah, I'm going to talk on things on sight, story, sound, and style, like the four elements of the hip-hop genre that I come from, which is MCing, DJing, breaking, and also graffiti. And that's basically simple. Vocalization, musicianship, art culture, and dance culture. And I'm telling people all the time, you separate the art culture and the dance culture away from the music that we call hip-hop or the music that we call black music. That's right, black music. That's black people doing music. So you can't remove black from a lot of things that are integrated inside the things that we have been putting down across the world, especially in the United States of America. That's why they call it black music. And 98% of the time you hear the music, you'll see a black face when you see the cameras pop it on the screen. Here we are, Screen Ages, here in the 2025. I like to stay 6 months ahead. So a lot of times when people ask me, what's up, Chuck? I tell them 2026, because we got to be ahead and always staying behind on the grind. So this is Chuck D, filling in for the big man, Tavis Smiley, on the Tavis Smiley Show. I will read some topics that's going on right now. I don't think, once you're adult, once you're over, well, what makes an adult today? Maybe you could call in and tell me what adult is. I think the second stage of parenting is 18 to 30. I've been feeling this way for a long time. So adults might be like 40 and up. I like to always consider adults 16, 18, especially 18 to 21 is an adult where I was coming up. I graduated out of high school in New York, Long Island, New York. in 1978. And back then, adult was 18 years old. They send your ass straight to fight for a war at 18. So that all automatically qualified you as being adult. So that was always locked in my head. Even though games were being played, I was like, I'm 18 years old. Can I get in the club now? And they'd be like, well, no, you could get in the club at 21. Yeah, but I'm 18 years old. And at that particular time, they had just passed a law for drinking, even though I don't drink. I said, well, I should be able to get in the club. This girl getting in the club, she's 16. Why I got to wait till I'm 21? So it was always somebody trying to manipulate the age thing. But when it boiled down to what was an adult, 18 was a mark back then in the late 70s when we checked out all the great entertainers of our particular time, whether it's Shaka Khan, she's still here, or people like Jeffrey Osborne, he's still here. So let's pay attention because a lot of our truth is in the music and it's in the grooves. I'm Chuck D, filling in for Tavis Smiley. We have a guest in the first hour, and that's going to be the great Chann Berry. All right. And, he is a multi-talented, incredible filmmaker, songwriter, and artist as well. He's going to be talking about how Black artists and influencers could respond to the shutdown that's going on right now. And also the culture war is going and taking place as always. And also we'll be trending and talking about some political topics in this first hour with the great Chann Berry. We'll also be talking about things. Hey, listen, I don't call the man by his name. Culturally and musically, if you follow out what I've done, I've released 2 albums this year. One is Public Enemy, Black Sky. Another one is Enemy Radio, Radio Armageddon. I call him 4745. I used to just call him 45. And I was telling people, we got to look out for FAFO. So don't make the 4745 be what we got to call this dude. So we saw what happened. Now I got to call this dude 4745. And 4745 says furloughed workers don't deserve back pay. This is a guy that got, load of cash or whatever coming in his whole world around him out of his gills and says, who doesn't deserve back pay? Like he got the nerve. Also, the Chicago mayor responds to 4745's insurrection threat. Ain't that something? But we're going to talk to Chann Berry about a lot of things that will lead into the conversation. My name is Chuck D, right here on the Tavis Smiley Show, filling in the seat for the big man as we continue on. That's right. Across borders, across waters, and definitely trying to take no orders right here. I'm Chuck D. Let's do it.
Hope, agency, dignity. This is Tavis Smiley.
Can you dig it? Come on!
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Make a move into a home of your own. With City National Bank's Ladder Up Home Loan Grant, you could receive up to $20,000 that you never need to pay back. Use it toward your down payment, save on closing costs, or to buy down your mortgage rate. Find out more at cnb.com/ladderuphome. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Property must be in a qualifying market in California, New York, or New Jersey. Additional terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. Terms are subject to change without notice. City National Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC. NMLS number 536994.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-297-1563 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-297-1563. That's 800-297-1563. What do you have to lose? Call 800-297-1563. Again, 800-297-1563.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Break out the champagne. Everybody get a glass.
Tavis Smiley is now ranked number 16 nationally and the highest rated talk show hosted by an African American on the 2025 Talkers Heavy 100 list of the most important talk radio hosts in the nation. Last year, Tavis ranked number 33 and the year before, number 45. The Tavis Smiley Show has rapidly expanded its national syndication to now include nearly 50 radio stations across the country and counting. Congratulations, Tavis.
Yay, yay! Less monologue, more dialogue. Tavis Smiley continues right now.
Yeah. I know that guy. I know that crew. That's right. Chuck D right here on the Tavis Smiley Show, filling in for the big man. You know, definitely blessed to do this opportunity. I was asked for a couple of days and, fill in. I said, I have a background in radio. I was on the fledgling Air America network in 2004. We tried to get the Bush out, and I spent a year on doing that radio, and it made inroads. I had a person sitting across from me named Rachel Maddow. You might know her. And also Liz Winstead. We had a show called Unfiltered, and it was pretty dope. And I said, look, I'm going to do this show in New York. And I did the show, and the whole thing was getting the Bush out. And it didn't work. But one thing it did, it cemented a consciousness that was going on at the time. And at the same time, I was sitting in the seat of greats on WLIB in New York, World's Leadership in Broadcasting, which was owned by the Suttons. If you know anything about the Suttons, Percy Sutton was the lawyer for Malik El-Shabazz, aka Malcolm X, in the 60s. Then he started inner city broadcasting. And so, I was on LIB, which housed the Air America radio network. And it wouldn't have been possible if Pierre Sutton, who was the owner of inner city broadcasting, didn't make that deal to allow Air America to happen, because they thought that a voice should be able to come from the quote unquote, this left, right, whatever. I'm black, all right, and I'm from the arts, so our voices are worldwide all the time. Matter of fact, we are interplanetary. So they said they needed a voice from the left to counter all the steak and cheese voices coming from the right. So they thought that Air America could actually, be something to wedge up against that momentum. And they always, the ubiquitous they was saying that radio type of voice dominated talk radio, spewing a lot of the division and the stuff that we happen to see played out today. So here I am, and really relishing this chance to be able to voice it, and especially in the time where I tell people that rule number one, I'm an owner to what I think and a slave to what I say. So there's a lot of things that I might see that I'll scratch my head and say, I can't comment on that. But later on, I guess the callers, when you're listening in from around the station and the nations, you can call in and voice your opinion. I'll listen. And if I got something to add to that, then I'll add to that. Chuck D right here, Tavis Smiley Show. We're going to start this one off by locking into our guest who has a lot to say. And we've had incredible talks, just being brothers upon brothers, a person I look up to. Matter of fact, I owe him, and we're in the day and the age of podcasts, and everybody seemed to got one, like the hole behind them. But this brother got a podcast coming up that I've been trying to get down the road to do for the longest. So I owe him one, and now I owe him two. And that goes to the great Channsin, Chann Berry, who's on the line right now. Yo, bro.
Chuck, man, listen, this is such a groove and such an honor to be on with you on Tavis's show, bro. I'm through the moon, bro. I am through the moon. Like, let's just bum rush the show.
Man, the seat is so big by Tavis that it's almost like a crater. So I kind of need training wheels, but Miles is helping me on the other side of the boards and the glass, So we grabbing the rebound like Rodman. Yeah,
the good Miles. The good Miles.
The good Miles,
man,
right.
You know what? The good Miles. You know what, man? When we were talking the other day, when we talked about coming on the show, what we wanted to talk about, there's so much that we've talked about and unpacked and uncovered and gone through mentally and emotionally and psychologically, Chuck. I didn't know where to begin, but just hearing you speak right now, I was like, you know what? I think we should talk about this, open up with this. One of the reasons why you and I are what we are and where we are is because of two men.
Mm.
My dad and your dad.
No question.
And in 2015, my dad passed away in Jersey. And a little after that, your dad passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember having this deep conversation about how much we love our dads and what they represent and what they did for us. And without them, we wouldn't be the men that we are today, having the life, the career, and the psychological awareness to be more than what they were.
Right. It's one of the things that I was raised to be, it's one thing to have to be a little nervous, but it's another thing to bow to fear. And there's a lot of bowing to fear right now, Chann.
Right. But you know what, man? I think for you and I and others around the world, it hasn't stopped our creativity. As a matter of fact, it's given us fire.
Yeah, no doubt. Furnace type fire, right? Non-stop furnaces.
Yeah. But you know what? We were born this way. We were born this way. We were not, we didn't come up like this. We were born this way to communicate and disseminate information that's about the healing process of Black people, women, and then the world.
Right. Would you say that the time, right, when this time in 2025 going to 2026, that being bred in the 60s and the 70s, and being able to be answered when we ask those questions, kind of like gave us the ability to be some sort of towers today.
Definitely. We had leadership. We had Black leadership. We had women who were leading in the community. We come from powerful people who have been prayed up to where they are, and we've been prayed to where we are. So prayer, the power of leadership, the power of community has gotten us where we are. And the art, bro, that we do, that comes from above into us, that doesn't belong to us and we give to everybody else, has been a powerful tool and a healing tool, not just for you and I, but for the people who receive it, who can receive it.
Well, I know
coming
from Jersey, your surroundings, and it gave you strength, and also we got to me and you shout out the great Robert Cool Bell for his 75th birthday today. So I mean,
cool,
right. How about that influence?
Jersey City.
Yes, indeed. Right. Tell us about it.
Hey, man. Listen, if Kool and the Gang. First of all, those who don't know anything about the music scene in Jersey and New York, Newark, New Jersey, like Brooklyn, Harlem, the Bronx, Long Island, was a mecca for Black entertainment. And there was a concert promoter, a Black concert promoter named Teddy Powell, who did many concerts at Symphony Hall in Newark, New Jersey, and then later in New York, along with Frankie Crocker, our brother Frankie Crocker, and some other people. But the first time I saw Kool and the Gang was because of Teddy Powell, bringing him from Jersey City to who's going to take the weight and all that kind of stuff. It just powerful. Kool and the Gang, staples in our community, bro.
What made you actually, decide to? As a matter of fact, everybody was speaking to the great Chann Berry. It would be a disservice just to call you a filmmaker and one of our great ones. I mean, so many different things that you've done. I mean, what actually was that bridge that actually, got you into the arts from where you came from?
My Uncle Gary, Frankie Crocker, James and Toomey, the Sutton family, Hal Jackson, Sidney Poitier, Richard Roundtree, Brock Peters. They were the cornerstone, or the cornerstones, of my childhood, manhood, and career. These people poured into me, Chuck, something that still to this day makes me so emotional that I could drop on my knees and cry. To have these kind of men and women who support you, this little Black boy from Newark, New Jersey, that thought he would never, ever amount to too much. But by God's grace and my family and these people that poured into me as a child, jazz artists like Ella, Max Roach, Dizzy, they all poured into me. Stanley Tarantine, Nancy Wilson poured into me. They saw something there in this little boy. And that has been my path, my fire, and my walk. Just like you. There's so many people that poured into you, Chuck, and the Public Enemy, and you, just from around the world. You have a worldwide fan base that's incredible, man. And it's expanding every year. It expands. So it's hard to bridge all the people that we're connected to that make us who we are. But I'm so pleased and blessed, brother, to continue on the journey in the path of healing.
Chann Berry, you're one of those guys where somebody, you might not have meets you for the first time and they ask, what do you do? Do you have that little pause? And I'm gonna hold it right there because we're gonna come back to you, and I'm gonna ask some questions on that skill set that you are most publicly known as, especially in this world where everybody's a screenager, and they're looking at screens all the time. The management of screens and the ability of things that you do and the work that you do. I'm going to ask some questions right around the corner to the great Chann Berry about that. And also, I'm also in the big seat of Dominique DePrima, and glad to be also in the seat for a second, Doctor. So we'll be right back on the Tavis Smiley Show. I am Chuck D, talking to Chann Berry, getting it in. Let's go.
Fight the power. 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 We've got to fight the power that beats.
What's your quarrel with the world? You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. University of Colorado head coach Deion Sanders underwent a procedure for serious leg pain linked to blood clots. He told reporters on Tuesday that he hopes to return by today despite past surgeries, toe amputations, and a recent cancer diagnosis.
Prayerfully, I'll be right back tomorrow because I don't miss practice. I don't plan on doing such.
Sanders has dealt with health issues related to arterial blood clotting previously. The Supreme Court hears a case today on whether a Texas woman can sue the Postal Service for allegedly refusing to deliver her mail due to racial bias. The Justice Department claims immunity, but an appeals court disagrees. And the Senate has confirmed Herschel Walker as U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas. The Black former NFL star and Trump ally becomes the first to hold the post in nearly 15 years, following a party line vote. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Want to save a few bucks this season? Then head over to your local Big O Tires for their Save a Buck sales event. You'll save up to $250 on select sets of tires with paid installation through October 19th. The Save a Buck sales event, now at your local Big O Tires.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers are back in town tonight for Game 3 of their playoff series with the Philadelphia Phillies. The Dodgers have a 2-0 lead in the best-of-5. They can eliminate the Phillies with a win. The Dodgers are 4-0 in the postseason. First pitch tonight at 6 p.m. Colorado football coach Deion Sanders had minor surgery Tuesday to help relieve pain and possible blood clots in his left foot. Deion complained of pain in his foot and left leg during Saturday's game at Texas Christian. It's uncertain if the 58-year-old coach will be at practice today. Colorado is at home Saturday against Iowa State. Deion's son Shador has been elevated to the number 2 quarterback spot on the Cleveland Browns roster. Rookie Dylan Gabriel is the Browns starter after 18-year veteran Joe Flacco was traded Tuesday to Cincinnati. The Browns are at Pittsburgh on Sunday. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hello, KBLA delegation. Tavis Smiley here. On Saturday, October 25th, LA Trade Tech becomes the epicenter of ideas that matter. The Left Coast Forum is bringing together voices that challenge, inspire, and illuminate with keynote presentations from people like noted economist Richard Wolff, the man who breaks down capitalism in ways that make sense to working folk like you and me, and Dr. Cornel West will be there, the brilliant philosopher and activist who never stops fighting for justice and speaking truth to power and to the powerless for that matter. So this isn't just another conference. This is where ideas get tested, where the conversations that shape our future be multiple plenaries, some good food, and a live band. Saturday, October 25th, LA Trade Tech, Left Coast Forum. The event is free and open to the public, but you must register at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can also peep the plenary topics. The future belongs to those who show up and engage. So don't just think about change, be part of the conversation that creates it. The Left Coast Forum is brought to you by the LA Progressive, the Empowerment Congress, Community Coalition, Partnership for Growth LA, Southwest Voter Registration Education Project, LA Care Health Plan, United Teachers Los Angeles, Black Progressive Action Coalition, St. John's Community Health, the National Lawyers Guild, the Weingart Foundation, and more. Space is limited, so if I were you, I'd register right now at KBLA1580.com. Your voice matters. Your presence matters. We'll see you there.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Paid for by government.com. Did you know the United States Mint has issued a new Morgan silver dollar coin in proof condition for the first time? Not only that, they are also minted in 99.9% pure silver for the first time ever in history. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone that knows the enduring popularity of Morgans. But you must hurry. Only 400,000 of these legal tender silver dollars were issued. These first ever Morgan silver dollars are brand new with stunning mirror-like finish, minted by the iconic San Francisco Mint. Call now and you're guaranteed a new first ever 99.9% pure silver proof Morgan dollar. To learn more, call 1-800-973-9717. If you order now, you will receive a free coin collector bonus pack, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-973-9717 now to secure your new Morgan silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-973-9717.
Hey, KBLA 1580 delegation, your health matters to us. We know that information is power, especially when it comes to prevention and treatment. That's why we're proud to introduce the brand new KBLA Health and Wellness Hub. This online space is built just for you, connecting our community to trusted health resources, culturally relevant care, and even access to diverse clinical trials and emerging therapies. Whether you're looking for information on common conditions, mental health support, or just want to stay on top of your wellness journey, we got you. And the best part, it's all on our website at KBLA1580.com. Accessible, empowering, community-focused. So just go to KBLA1580.com and click on the Health and Wellness Hub icon, because knowledge is power and your health is everything. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
More honesty than you can handle. More empowerment than you can imagine. You're tuned in to Channsin Smiley.
Yeah, my man Miles on the other side of the border and the glass. Stolen moments. Oliver Nelson. Impulse or Blue Note? What we got? Is that on somebody's playlist, or is it in somebody's phone, or is it the vinyl, which is the final word? Chuck D filling in for the big man, Tavis Smiley on the Tavis Smiley Show with Giants on the show. Talking to great Chann Berry, Channsin Berry, who just dropped science, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, overstanding on the segment before we get into the segment of Asking Chann, who is so many talents, but publicly known as one of the great filmmakers. And if you don't know, you better know. Chann films today, screens, people watching, subscribing, topics. We are no longer in the time where there's no black stories that are told, but here we are in the time where we're shaking our heads. There's so much whippings of mass distraction with the faces that we're used to looking at, but we're still shaking our head. What's up?
Man, it's hard to call, man, but all I can say is that I haven't stopped creating. It will never stop. It's just a part of who we are. Nothing shuts Black people down but Black people, as far as I'm concerned. You know, what we've been through in this country, in the world, and we haven't left yet, that says something to prayer, honesty, morals, spirituality, and our in our existence to be good people and to love everybody and be forgiving people. We're very forgiving people. We've always been like that, and that's not going to stop.
Always.
So we'll never lose.
Right.
We'll never lose, Chuck.
Right.
Because we lead with the universe and God.
Do you sometimes get caught up with trying to figure out how to obliterate the obstacles in front of you? Like, I mean, does that weigh you down?
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, financing for my films has always been, you know, an issue. Not coming up with the creativity of it. It's always been the financing, but the universe works itself out. But this is a question I had for you as well, Chuck. When you create, how do you create, and where do you create? What gets you going in your creativity? What sparks you? Then I'll give you my answer.
Keeping my eyes open, ears open. I think listening is a diminishing virtue. I think we're getting into a point where, you know, before it used to be like, you know, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Now it's believe none of what you see and half of what you hear, because people are not in tune to listening. We're here on a talk radio show talking and doing something that might not be as, I mean, not be looked at the same way as 50 years ago, but we better understand our future is going to be into listening. So I listen, I watch, I create, but I mainly kind of create for myself and go from there.
Mm-hmm. I create actually for myself as well first.
Yes.
Through the message that was given to us by the universe.
Yes.
But I found this out, and this has been my life, and also been the way I create. I found that I create, and the phrase I use is painfully beautiful.
Wow.
I create a lot of my films and music and paintings out of pain first. I don't know how many people do that, or people can create from happiness and sort of thing, but I haven't been able to do that. I create a pain.
Is there an out at the end of that tunnel?
The beautiful part is what comes out of me finally. Wow. That it finally comes out. But the beginning of it, Chuck, is always been pain for me. I mean, I don't want people to feel sad or anything about it, because it's not. It's just the fact that my life has been painfully beautiful, and so I create from there, and I live in that. I accepted it, what it was and what it is. But being a sensitive man who happens to be Black, who happens to be a dad, who happens to be a husband, who happens to be a godfather, who happens to be an uncle, it all plays a part. It all plays a part. My sensitivity to listening, to hearing and feeling other people's pain and happiness puts me in spaces where I wow, I feel sorry for this person, or I feel happy for this person. But going back to me, it's always been pain first, and then the beauty comes out of that.
We're talking a multi-talented filmmaker, songwriter, really Renaissance, the 21st century Renaissance man, Chann Berry. Tell us your latest project, and I'm not just going to hold it there, but the latest project and what you've been trying to convey, because it's sure enough is an adventure and it's a deep, intrusive point of view in the arts that you do.
Well, the latest documentary series comes from my friend Dr. Cheryl Grills over at LMU. She brought me in to do the Reparations Project. And it's a 5-part miniseries that I've been working on. And so far we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 done. But when the president came into office, he cut funding, so we haven't been able to finish up the last episode, which is episode 5. But the Reparations Project is the latest thing I'm working on. But like I said, we're on hold right now because of the financing of the last episode. But I'm also working on, I'm moving into the whole feature film thing and television thing also right now with a feature film called Slices, which is basically, I've taken 5 short films and put them together. And they're all about Black slices of life.
Wow.
And hence, so we call the film Slices. And they all take place in 48 hours all over the country. But they're all connected by not just being Black stories of drama and romance, but what the connection is the time of day that they happen.
Wow. Makes mad sense, as we say, because, I mean, in this time, short stories seem to be like an epic, motion picture in themselves right now with the speed of things.
Yeah, exactly. And then going back to what you say, the attention span of most people, a lot of young people, is not what it used to be with us. We would take more than a minute to look at, to hear something and watch something, but now you got to hit it and quit. So it's like, hey, if it ain't a commercial, it ain't flying. So, but I think a lot of it has to do with the content also, and how you cast in the story that you tell. How good of how well of a storyteller are you? So that's been the test. To get people's attention.
Well, hold that note on the test of getting people's attention, because we're going to build more on it as we catch this next section coming in with Chann Berry telling us actually how do we look at these screens in a way that will benefit us rather than take away from us. Chuck D on the Tavis Smiley Show. Let's go. Miles on the other side. I'm surprised. I'm going to try to figure out the next record he plays to bring us in. But I know you heard some of that, Chann, on that music coming on the last time. We'll see what we got in this box when we come right on back. So.
Interrogating and unpacking. That's what we do around here. You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
Hello, KBLA delegation. Tavis Smiley here. On Saturday, October 25th, LA Trade Tech becomes the epicenter of ideas that matter. The Left Coast Forum is bringing together voices that challenge, inspire, and illuminate, with keynote presentations from people like noted economist Richard Wolff, the man who breaks down capitalism in ways that make sense to working folk like you and me, and Dr. Cornel West will be there, the brilliant philosopher and activist who never stops fighting for justice and speaking truth to power and to the powerless, for that matter. So this isn't just another conference. This is where ideas get tested, where the conversations that shape our future begin. Multiple plenary sessions, dynamic speakers, real talk about the issues that impact our communities, and then some good food and a live band. Saturday, October 25th, LA Trade Tech, Left Coast Forum. The event is free and open to the public, but you must register at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can also peep the plenary topics. The future belongs to those who show up and engage. So don't just think about change, be part of the conversation that creates it. The Left Coast Forum is brought to you by the LA Progressive, the Empowerment Congress, Community Coalition, Partnership for Growth LA, Southwest Voter Registration Education Project, LA Care Health Plan, United Teachers Los Angeles, Black Progressive Action Coalition, St. John's Community Health, the National Lawyers Guild, the Weingart Foundation, and more. Space is limited, so if I were you, I'd register right now at KBLA1580.com. Your voice matters, your presence matters. We'll see you there.
Break out the champagne. Everybody get a glass.
Tavis Smiley is now ranked number 60, hosted by an African American on the 2025 Talkers Heavy 100 list of the most important talk radio hosts in the nation. Last year, Tavis ranked number 33, and the year before, number 45. The Tavis Smiley Show has rapidly expanded its national syndication to now include nearly 50 radio stations across the country and counting. Congratulations, Tavis.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Helping to make you the most knowledgeable person in your circle of friends. This is Tavis Smiley.
How come sometimes we go so well together, and other times we go apart?
That's right. You don't know, now you know. That's the voice of the great Chaka Khan Payne. Yep. I'm Chuck D, the Tavis Smiley Show. Telling y'all about some rules. I had the ground rules delivered to me by Miles. He said, listen, man, Tavis doesn't say go back. He says go forward. So that, boom, that's rule number one. We all going forward right here on the Tavis Smiley Show with Chann Berry. Also, another surprise, that Oliver Nelson cut was requested by Chann. So y'all had something going on behind the screen and behind the glass, just like Chann picked the Chaka Khan song. Yeah, see, y'all got it going on. Also, big up to Muhammad on his natural black GPS and getting me here this morning. Yeah, Chann, so you did that, huh?
Yeah, man, but I cheated on the last one, the Chaka Khan thing, because that song was written by me and Prince.
Oh, and I'm sitting in the seat that Tavis sits in, and he is the best of the best people interviewing people of all time. So how he was able to just talk to Prince and just be able to just bring the world out of that brother to expound on his thoughts and heart to everybody else. That's that Tavis doing that thing. So, but back to you, Chann.
Smiley magic.
Yes, Smiley magic. Back to you. Screen agents are watching their movies, the Netflix, the subscribers and all, and they're getting engaged to film in their particular way. And I mean screen agents, I ain't just talking about, people under 40 and young people, because how young is young? If you're 60 and somebody's 80, then you're a young buck anyway. I'm saying everybody's a screen agent from 5 or really from 3 to 93. How do you actually get them to engage? Because I like what you're talking about, the short stories. I saw something on television. Yeah, well, was it TV or YouTube? Well, either way, it was a screen saying that now in China they're doing these micro dramas of 2 minutes. I mean, damn! Like, explain, bro.
Man, it's like you really have to put your mind in it and be challenging. It's like a director or a writer of a commercial. You've got 15 seconds, a minute and a half to capture the audience and get the point across. You got to tell a story in that amount of time. Sell that story, sell that product in a amount of time. So now the challenge is not to do something at 30 or 60 or 90 minutes. It's a challenge of 2 minutes to 5 minutes to tell a story.
Ooh.
And that's going to take you deeper into the truth telling, the fantasy telling, and how your mind can work.
Well,
Who do you have to become to really get the point across?
Well, I'm being told right now I had 30 seconds, so this segment is a short one before we go in and close it out. So thank you for that point, Chann. And I'm going to have a follow-up question on top of what you just said, and just the other things that we can all be in tune and checking out on the Tavis Smiley Show with Chann Berry, talking about the world of creativity and how it engages upon us. Thanks, Chann. Stay tuned as we go forward on the Tavis Smiley Show.
Freedom-loving folk. This is Tavis Smiley.
I feel like freedom.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. Benefitscheckup.org.
You know where you want to go in life, and City National Bank can help. City National knows the dedication it takes to build your vision for the future into a reality, and our team is here for you. We have a wide range of options to help, from personal savings accounts to interest-bearing money market savings accounts and more, all designed to help you get where you want to go. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Learn more at cnb.com. City National Bank is a subsidiary of Royal Bank of Canada, member FDIC.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-687-7979. That's 800-687-7979. 800-687-7979.
Made fresh daily in the Mert Park, Los Angeles, California. You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
Yep, the magic of radio, talk radio, right here on the Tavis Smiley Show with Chann Berry. And it's been good having this dance. But you got the floor, Chann, and as he's telling us about right before we left, like the attention span and how you got to deliver to screen ages. What you got, Chann?
Hey man, listen. I know I'm going to go off book here, but I just want to thank you, man, for being my brother, being my confidant, and just being you, Chuck. You have been a cornerstone for us in the community and in the world, man. And I'm just happy to call you my brother and my friend. And I can't wait for us to do something together.
Yeah,
It's
number
been
one, I
years
owe
for
you
me to
that
do something together.
podcast. I got to sit in front of you on your podcast and your documentary and not be a clown by missing those key dates. And, you know, driving down here to do the radio show today, the first person I thought of has got to be Chann Berry, because this is the boardwalk to our talk. So, you know, yeah. So it's been great having this dance. How do we lock into the best way that we get in touch of Chann Berry and his works, and how do we incorporate it into these gadgets, devices, and pads that we have closest to us?
You know, the launch pad I have and always have has been Facebook. You know, so people have been on my Facebook page, giving me love, showing me love, and I'm showing them respect as of course. And so I post everything about my projects and my thoughts on music and the culture on my Facebook page, D. Chann Berry on Facebook. But I just want to give a shout out to my crew here in Nashville and in LA, Melisha Edwards and Braden French and 353 Media, Team Gumbo and William Pitts, and my crew in LA and in Nashville for holding me down.
Wow, that's a furnace. Seems like all of y'all on fire. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Well, thank you, brother. Yeah. As always, like I said, I owe you two. And yeah, I could drive to Nashville. You know, Tennessee's got it going on. I'm talking to a great Tennessee brother at the end of the show today. Kyrie wins. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna lock that in.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Chann Berry, D. Channsin Berry, Renaissance man of the 21st century, that we lock into our heart, souls, and our heads. And we're in tune to your pulse. So thank you, bro. Always love.
Blessings, love, always.
That completes the first hour of the Tavis Smiley Show. I am Chuck D, filling in for the big man as we go forward into the next two segments. Thanks, Miles, on the other side on the decks, on the 1, 2s, and 3s, and mixing between for the Tavis Smiley Talk Show machine.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. University of Colorado head coach Deion Sanders underwent a procedure for serious leg pain linked to blood